Yo guys, in this video I'm going to be giving you the best optimization guide for your PC in 2025. If you follow along with everything I do in this video, you're never going to have to follow another PC guide in 2025. I'm going to be going through absolutely everything we can optimize so you can get the best performance out of your PC. So let's get into the video. But before we start the video, we're just going to be right clicking on the taskbar, heading over to Task Manager and checking how many processors we're running at. So I'm recording right now and I'm running at 101 processors. I'm going to guarantee you guys by the end of this video, when you boot up your PC, you'll be running on 90 or lower processors. And if some of you might be on like 200, 250 processors, and you want this to be as low as possible while you're gaming. So I will guarantee you that you'll be on 90 or less processors by the end of the video. So the first thing we're going to be optimizing inside our PC is all of our general Windows settings. So if you click Windows I to open up the settings, head over to System, we're going to be optimizing all of the settings inside here. So if I just full screen this, the first thing we're going to be doing is going over to the Notifications tab and making sure notifications are turned off. You don't want these on because these can allow pop-ups inside Windows while you're gaming that are running in the background, destroying your performance. Now we're going to be going back to System, going down to Storage and clearing any temporary files inside our PC. So as you can see here, I have 4 GB of temporary files that I don't need. So just go onto this and click Remove Files. It may take some time, but after you've done this, it'll clear up space on your C drive, giving you better performance in game. After this is completed, you're going to go back to System, scroll all the way down until you see About, click on Advanced System Settings so it brings up this box, and then where it says Performance here, click on Settings, it'll bring up this box. You want to click Adjust for Best Performance, Custom, and you want to enable these 3 things: Animate windows when minimizing and maximizing, show thumbnails instead of icons, and smooth edges of screen fonts. Once you've done this, click Apply, and that's all you need to do inside the Advanced System Settings. Now once you've done this, you're going to be heading down to Bluetooth and Devices, going over to Printers and Scanners, and making sure Allow Windows to Manage My Default Printer is turned off. You don't want this because if you don't print anything from your PC, it's going to be giving you extra processors, trying to find a printer at all times, destroying your performance. Now once you've done this, you're going to be going back to Bluetooth and Devices, you're going to be clicking on Mouse, going over to Additional Mouse Settings, Pointer Options, and unticking the box that says Enhance Pointer Precision. You don't want this ticked because that means mouse acceleration is enabled. If you untick it, then it's disabled, and it will overall improve your aim inside games and improve accuracy on your cursor. Once you've done this, you just click Apply and you can exit off this. We're going to be going back to Bluetooth and Devices, clicking on the USB section here and turning off connection notifications. Turning these off just allows no notifications to pop up when you're plugging anything new into your system. After you've done this, you're going to be heading down to the Gaming tab, going onto Game Bar and making sure Game Bar is turned off. You only want Game Bar enabled if you speak to your friends through the Xbox Game Bar. If you don't, then make sure it's turned off because it's going to be giving you lower performance while you're playing. After this, you can click back, go to game mode and ensure that game mode is turned off. You want this off because if it's on, it's going to automatically try and optimize your PC in the background. And we're going to be doing all the optimizations manually, so we don't need this turned on. And the final thing we're going to be doing inside Windows settings is heading down to Windows Update and checking if there's any updates available, and if there is, you just need to install them and restart your PC. Now you've done this, you can exit out of the Windows settings and I'll be going through the next optimization. Now the next thing we're going to be using to optimize our PC is called auto runs. I'm going to be leaving a link for this in the description so you can easily download it. I'm going to be going through all the settings we should change inside here. So once you have it installed, you're going to right click, run as administrator, and once you're inside, you'll see a list of applications that start up when your PC turns on. Now this may look a little bit confusing, but you're only going to be disabling the things inside here that you don't need. So for example, you don't need Steam, Spotify, Microsoft Edge to open when your PC boots up, so you can disable these. You don't need any of the Google or Microsoft installers or the updates here. You can disable FVSVC here, the Nvidia Frame View service. You can disable Google Chrome Elevation. You can disable all these Google Chrome updater services here. If you use any other web browser, then it'll be the same. You can disable any Microsoft Edge updaters, Opera GX, all of that stuff. Any services inside here that you don't need, so like the Logi Lamp Array service, I don't need this, so I can disable. Just go through, and everything you think you don't need, you can just disable it. And if it doesn't work when your computer starts up, you can just go back and enable it. Now once you've done this, it's as simple as closing it, and all the settings inside will have saved. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is going to lower our processors an absolute ton, and we're going to be disabling all of the unnecessary services inside Windows. So if you click the search key and you search for services and just open it, it'll bring up the list of all of the services that are running on your PC, and we're going to be disabling so many of these. So the first thing we're going to be disabling inside here is the auto time zone updater. All you have to do to disable these is double click, drop down the menu here, click disabled, and click apply. That's all you have to do to disable it, and there's so many in here that we're going to be disabled. I'm not going to be doing this for every single one, I'm just going to be telling you which one it is, and you can disable it straight away. The next one we're going to be disabling is the BitLocker drive encryption service and the BitLocker backup engine service. Then you're going to be going down a little bit and you're going to be disabling the connected user experiences and telemetry service. Then you're going to scroll down a little bit more until you see all these geolocation services and Google Chrome updater and elevation services, and disabling all of these here. Then you're going to be scrolling down quite a bit further until you see Microsoft Edge updater service, and you're going to be disabling both of these. After that, you'll see NetLogon and NetTCP port sharing service. You're going to disable both of these, and then you're going to scroll down a little bit more until you see Nvidia frame view service, and you're also going to disable this. Then you're going to disable parental controls, and then you're going to scroll down a little bit more until you see phone service, and you're going to disable this one. Then print spooler, you're also going to disable this. Then you're going to scroll down until you find shared PC account manager, and you're going to disable this service. And then there's just a couple more. If you scroll down a bit more and see sysmain, you're going to disable this. You're going to disable themes, and then you're going to scroll down a bit more until you see wallet service and disable this. And the final services we're going to be disabling are right at the bottom. All these Xbox Live things here, you're just going to disable these if you don't use the Xbox app. Once you've done this, you can just close out of the services, restart your PC, and your processors will be so much lower than before. Now the next thing we're going to be optimizing is our Nvidia control panel. So if you open up the Nvidia control panel, and once you're inside here, you're going to click adjust image settings with preview, click the middle option, use the advanced 3D image settings, and then click take me there. We're going to be changing all of the settings inside here. I do recommend copying my settings inside here, as these are the best optimized settings to give you the highest performance in game. So for your image scaling, you're going to want to turn this off. For your ambient occlusion, you're going to want to turn this off. Anisotropic filtering is going to be off. Anti-aliasing off. Anti-aliasing gamma correction off. Anti-aliasing mode off. Background application max frame rate off. CUDA GPUs all. CUDA system fallback policy, driver default, DSR factors off, low latency mode on, max frame rate off, monitor technology, fix refresh, multi-frame sampled AA MFAA off, OpenGDI compatibility, prefer performance, OpenGL rendering GPU, your GPU should be selected here, power management mode, prefer maximum performance, preferred refresh rate, highest available, shader cache size, unlimited, texture filtering, anisotropic sample options on, texture filtering, negative LOD bias, clamp, texture filtering quality, high performance, texture filtering, trilinear optimization off, threaded optimization off, triple buffering on, vertical sync off, virtual reality, pre-rendered frames 1, virtual reality, variable refresh rate super sampling off, Vulkan OpenGL present method on auto. Copying these settings will ensure you have the maximum performance in game, including minimal stutters. After you've done this, you're going to be coming down to configure surround and physics, and you're going to be selecting your GPU for the physics processor. After you've done this, click apply, and you can exit out of your Nvidia control panel. Now we're just going to be checking if any of our graphics drivers need updating inside Windows. So to do this, open up the Nvidia app or the Nvidia GeForce Experience application, go over to drivers, and check for updates. If your GPU is up to date, then you're all good. but if you're behind on updates, make sure you're installing them, because if you don't, you'll be running into some problems in game that can cause stuttering and freezing, and you don't want this. So once you've updated them, you can exit out of your Nvidia app or GeForce Experience and they'll all be up to date. Now we're going to be making sure that our game is running at high priority and high performance at all times. Now to make sure it's running at high performance at all times, you're going to right click on the desktop, go to display settings, scroll down until you see graphics, and at the bottom here where it says add an app, you're going to add your game and make sure the state is set to high performance. Now to make sure the game is running at high priority at all times, it's a little bit more confusing, but I'm going to be going through that. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Windows R and type in regedit and click OK. It'll run the registry editor as administrator, and we're going to be changing the priority inside here. And inside here, you're going to drop down HKey local machine software, Microsoft, Windows NT, current version, and then where it says image file execution options, you're going to drop this down, right click, new, key. I've already done this, but you're going to click on new, key, and it will add a new file here. You're going to name this Fortnite client-win64-shipping.exe. I'll leave this name in the description so you can copy and paste it. So once you've done this, you're going to right click on this, new, key again, so it adds to the bottom, and you're going to name this one PerfOptions. I'll also leave the name for this one in the description so you don't make any errors while typing it in. And then on this one, you're going to click on the white space here, add a new dword 32-bit value, and you're going to name this CpuPriorityClass. Once you've done this, you're going to double click and change the value data to 3. Doing this will allow your game to run in high priority at all times, increasing your performance. Now this is completed, we're going to be moving on to some extra registry tweaks to boost our performance in game. Now these registry tweaks will be in the free tweaks section inside my Discord server, so if you join the Discord, head over to free tweaks and you'll find all of these registry tweaks here. And to run these, all you have to do is double click and it'll come up with a pop-up. You just click yes and the tweaks will apply. Just do this for all of them and the registry tweaks will be applied. Now I'm going to be going through the best network optimizations so you can get the lowest and most stable ping in game. So if you click the search bar and search for the control panel, head over to network and internet, click network and sharing center, click on Ethernet here, properties. You're going to want to disable everything in here apart from QoS packet scheduler and Internet Protocol version 4. If you use anything like gear up or exit lag, you don't want to disable these, but make sure everything else is disabled. Once you've done this, you're going to click on Internet Protocol version 4, configure, yes, and it will bring up this box here. You just click on advanced, and we're going to be going through all the settings inside here. So the first thing we're going to be doing is disabling energy efficient Ethernet. You don't want this enabled because you want the most power out of your energy and you don't want it to be saving any power. Then you're going to be disabling flow control, interrupt moderation rate, you're going to put this to high, interrupt moderation enabled, IPv4 checksum offload disabled, jumbo packet, either 1514 or if you have the option, disable this, large send offload v2 IPv6 and IPv4 both need to be disabled. Scroll down until you see speed and duplex and set this to either 1GB or 2.5GB depending on your network. You want to set this to the highest, so if you have 1, put it as 1, if you have 2.5, put it as 2.5. Then you're going to scroll down and see TCP checksum offload IPv4 and IPv6, you're going to disable both of these, and UDP checksum offload IPv4 and IPv6, you're going to be disabling these too. Then you're going to scroll down a little bit more to the bottom, and all these wake on magic packet settings and wake on pattern match settings, you're going to be disabling all of these. Then the last thing you're going to do on here is head over to power management and making sure both of these boxes aren't ticked. After you've done this, you just click OK and all of the network settings will have applied. I really do hope this video helped you out guys, and if it did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe and let me know how much it helped you down in the comment. But thank you all for watching and I'll see you all in the next video.